Hey everybody, we're heading back to Germany. Let's do this. Now I know you're all wondering, why do I have 3 EPAs sitting here? First one is kind of like a little bit of information. These Type 2s are the old style of EPA, and the new ones actually have Arabic numbers instead of Roman numerals. Now, my buddy Housel actually did a nice photo spread on mreinfo.com showing the difference. This box is a lot thinner than this one. So that is another way that you can identify, outside of the numbers, if you have a new EPA or Einmannpackung or an old one. Now this one and this one are different, and I'm going to be reviewing this one today. This one is like the lightweight version dehydrated ration. I don't think I have seen a review of one of these on YouTube. And one more thing, just to tell you the weight difference of these, the dehydrated one or freeze-dried ration is 2 pounds, 15 ounces, almost 16 ounces, and that's 1,358 grams. And the regular ration, this is 4 pounds, 5 ounces, almost 4 pounds, 6 ounces, and that is 1,974 grams. And there's also interesting discussions what this little sticker means. It's not necessarily the year it was packaged. And these boxes, they're all relatively soft cardboard and they're plain. There's not really anything on them, and they're simply held together with a piece of cello tape or scotch tape for those of us in the States. And you can tell from the other reviews that I've done, the packaging is completely different. It's like vanilla nutrition powder, vanilla drink. We have an exotic drink. This is the chewing gum. There's, I believe, like 8 little briquettes of gum in here. Coffee Visa or coffee whitener. Here's Sherman going to town in the background. We've got 8 packets or sachets of sugar. And we have a lemon drink or sports drink or beverage. 2 coffees. 2 tea extracts. Grapefruit drink. An orange beverage drink. Check that out. A type cappuccino. Okay, I used Google Translate. That translated exactly to the same thing it was. It feels like little wheat cookie kind of things, wheat wafer kind of things. Have some of these travel lunch sesame seed bars. These were in the Austrian ration that I had, or Austrian commercial version of a ration. They were pretty tasty. Some water purification tablets. Some spicy salts or salt. Moist towelette. We probably got a couple more of these in here. An Orifo branded cereal bar. This is apple cinnamon and a cranberry. Some more coffee whitener. And this is a ready-made noodles with bolognese and beef. I had another one of these that had English on one side and then of course the language on the other. I think it was the Slovenian ration that did that. That was kind of nice. That's pretty easily to decipher. We have some instant muesli. As soon as I picked this up, I saw nasi goreng, which I know that's Indonesian, because I had one of those fabulous rations, and Steve just did a review of one. Man, that thing looked awesome. But this is fried rice And I looked down here and saw what kind of meat was in here. A little bit of chicken. Then we have a lemon dessert cream. This is our matches. 50-gram bar of chocolate. The standard paper towel type napkin. And then lastly, all the way on the bottom, we have the content sheet, which lets you know what's inside of it and the portion size. And of course, that is also in English and French. All in all, not bad for 24 hours worth of chow. Just so you can see, all of these are actually produced in 2014. I know that little sticker said 2013 on the outside of the box, but everything is 2014. So this is actually like a 2014, 2015 production right around there, because I guess the latest date that I've seen on here is from August of 2014. Alright, now I need to get some water boiling. This one calls for 380 ml of hot water. This doesn't have a specified amount of water. It just says you can fill with hot or cold water. So if you like it a little thick, don't add as much. If you like it really runny, add as much as you want, so hot or cold. This one's 350 ml of hot water, and this last one is... And this one is 175 milliliter of cold water for the dessert. Since these are going to take the longest, let's add some water to these things and let them rehydrate and reconstitute. Well, I'm looking at this, man, there's no zip seal to seal anything. I have to get creative really quick. Let's give this a stir. Honestly, I don't know what you would use out in the field. Just fold it over a couple of times and go from there. And it says let this set for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm always looking here to see if I can find any oxygen absorbers, and I don't see one in here. We'll give this a quick stir. And 5 to 10 minutes for this one too. And this one calls for 175 ml of water for our lemon cream dessert. Look at that. Pour that. Nice cold water. Wow, that was weird. It kind of expanded already. It's interesting. And we'll mix this up. The smells coming out of this bag, man, if you like lemon meringue or lemon cream, you really would enjoy that. And lastly, our muesli. It looks like we got some raisins, some little apple bits in there. We'll take a look further when we empty this out. I'm going to start off with about 50 ml because I like mine a little on the thicker side. Yeah, definitely gonna need some more. Probably end up with about 100 ml of water. Okay, one thing I'm a huge fan of all these different types of drinks. We're going to prepare this vanilla stuff. I'm kind of curious what this is. Is this kind of like a milkshake, like a dairy shake kind of thing? I haven't seen anything. And then let's do the orange and the exotic. And out of these three, I'll do the cappuccino and the tea. Now these drinks, they call for 400 ml of water. Now that is an opaque drink. Smells good though. Now I was looking in here to find out what is in this that makes this exotic. Is it mango? Is it anything like that? And all I could see was just citric acid. It definitely has like a melon kind of smell, like a cantaloupe or a honeydew or something like that. Obviously it's not grapefruit because we have a grapefruit drink. And this calls for either 150 to 200 ml of water. Oop. Man, this stuff just exploded kind of everywhere. Kind of smells and looks like a dairy shake. Just add a little bit of water at a time. That smells nice. And this calls for 150 ml of hot water. Okay, let's get everything else on the tray. First thing I grabbed, of course, is these gum pieces. And I believe it's in a nice little resealable package. Fuck if I can open the damn thing. And it has a nice little zip on there. It comes with a bunch of these little chiclet pieces. Then we have the sesame bar. It's really sweet. It's got a pretty good sugar content to it. And you can eat it whole. And some of these you can actually break apart and eat these individually, especially if they are a little warm, depending on what climate you happen to be serving in. Then, of course, we have the cranberry and apple cinnamon cereal bars. I guess you could have these as with your breakfast or as a snack throughout the day. They look incredibly similar. Guess you can see the little cranberry bits in there. No, I've been really curious to see what these are. I mean, they feel kind of like cookies, and they say that it's wheat-based and has gluten in it. Yeah, look like little kind of cookie things. I don't know exactly what they are, but we'll find out. You can hear alligator in the backyard warning cats and dogs and kids to stay away because she is on the prowl. And then the last thing we have is that chocolate bar. That's pretty much standard with all of the APAs that I have had. And this one has definitely seen some temperature change. Wow, in fact, some of there's bits in there, but a little bit of bloom on that bad boy. Now we'll plop down the mains. This one is, of course, chicken with fried rice. Take a look at that really quick. Looks pretty good. Got my Bundeswehr utensils. Just give this a mix really quick. Give you a little show and tell really fast, and let's get some of this down here. Let's just put it all in here if we can, just so you can see the amount of food that the soldiers actually get. It's quite a bit. There's still some in here. That is a pretty sizable portion for something that only weighs 125 grams. Clean this off real quick. And here's our pasta bolognese. Wow, you get all of that nice sauce right on the top. Let's try to mix this really quick. This is going to be a little soupy. Wow, that looks really good. We'll try to get most of this in here, but I got a feeling that this is going to definitely fill up this section. And there is still a ton more in here. Now that is a pile of pasta bolognese. Now let's take a look at our muesli real quick. Whoa! Almost had a major malfunction. Scoop some of that out. Pretty much everything out of there. This makes a heap of chow. And then we still have this on standby. We'll just place that right there. And let's grab our drinks and dig in. Okay, all the usual suspects are here. We got our drinks. We got all of our extra stuff. Salt, moist towelette. Let's start chowing down. Alright, well, seeing how I've got this already, let's try the muesli. And this has almonds, raisins, and apple slices in here. Of course, you can see the big oatmeal chunks. It's pretty good. It's got a little sweetness to it, so there's some sugar in there, and that fruit just adds to that sweetness. It's pretty tasty. And like I said, I like mine on the thicker side. You might like yours a little more runny, but that is pretty darn tasty. Let's try our chicken in our fried rice. It's like there's a little bit of seasoning in there. Very, very salty. Let me see if I can find one of these little bits of chicken. The chicken is actually nice and tender, nice and chewy. Here's a little one right here. It's a little itty bitty cube. Maybe not even a cube, but a little itty bitty bit of chicken in there. Then our beef bolognese, nice sauce. Try to get some out of here without getting it all over everything. It actually looks like the noodles are hollow. That is interesting. I find that interesting. And you see little flecks of beef in there as well. Let's give that a shot. Noodles are nice and tender. The beef has a nice little bite to it, kind of firm. And the tomato and the acidity is just like spot on. I don't think this will give you heartburn. I don't think it has that much acid in it, but you can really taste the tomatoey bolognese sauce. It's very good, very pleasant. We'll take a sip of our orange drink. Or maybe this is the no, this is the orange drink. Ah, definitely has a nice orange flavor. That's pretty good. I was kind of a fan of these German drinks. You can hear Sherman in the background making his presence known. And I've been curious about this vanilla drink the whole time. It's kind of thick. It does remind me of a dairy shake. Let's give this a try. This was kind of unexpected. It's not sweet like a dairy shake. The top you can see is a little frothy, and then underneath it's all liquidy. It almost kind of vaguely reminds me of eggnog. That kind of a milk drink taste. This is actually pretty good. I was definitely not expecting that kind of flavor coming from that. Let's try this exotic drink just to cleanse my palate. This reminds me of cantaloupe. I don't know why, but the smell is very similar. Okay, I've been interested to find out what these are. These little cookie things, little biscuits. That's pretty much what they are. They're sugar cookies. They really remind me of like snickerdoodles without the cinnamon coating. Those would probably go amazing with your cappuccino. In fact, I'm going to give that a try. Yeah, that works. That's pretty good. And they're very generous with the amount that they give you, too. I mean, I've still got 2 more on my tray, and that's a very sizable amount. Set this aside really quick, because I want to try, maybe this is the cranberry one, I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out. One of these is cranberry, one of these is apple cinnamon. This is the apple cinnamon. That cinnamon really makes its presence known. It's not overpowering, but as soon as you bite into it, you taste that cinnamon. Then after you chew it a couple of times, that apple starts coming through. Really just smooths out that cinnamon. Makes it taste really, really nice. That's my tribute to Steve. Nice! Alright, now the cranberry. Yeah, the cranberry is nice. It's a little tart. Yeah, this stuff is always pretty tasty. I prefer the fruit ones over the sweet ones, like the cookies and cream, or and versions like that. But these cereal bars that are the fruit bars are pretty nice. See, there that word goes again. They're pretty good. And then we have this sesame bar, and you can see this is just simply pressed together. Nice and sweet, and you can tell it's actually 3 bars, so you can pry these apart. I'm going to try it with my knife, see if I'm successful. I know when I had these during wintertime, it was not that big of a deal to break them apart. So you have 3 separate bars. But, like some people have told me, they just eat it like I did with that first bite. Right down the hatch. Going to try some of my tea. Now, I just had 1 packet of sugar in there, and the tea was very strong, so I added some whitener to it. A little bit of sweetness, that seems to help, and I'm always kind of a fan of tea these days. And I'm sure your chocolate bar would go pretty good with it. Take a look inside. At least the outside has all that balloon, but the inside is nice. What was that word again? Nice, man. Like the rest of you, man, I've been infected by Steve. And unfortunately, I ran out of room, so I could not put this lemon cream dessert on the tray. And this is set up nicely. It's almost like a pudding. It does say cream, but get some of this out. It's like a very thick pudding or a mousse, pretty much. It has a very strong lemon scent coming off of it. And this might be way too much to try at one time. I'm pretty sure it is. Wow. That is very sharp and lemony. Like I said, if you like lemons, you are going to love that dessert. I'd be interested to see what other versions they have of that. I'd almost like to try one with one of these to see how this will work out. I'm sure you could crumble these cookies up and make kind of like a crumble. That's how you eat it. You get that sweetness, tartness of that lemon cream with the crunch and sweetness of this. Oh, it just balances out. Maybe you could even use these in there too. Man, so many possibilities. Like we say with these rations, there's no particular way to eat it. You eat it the way that you want to. And the last thing that we have is the like Chiclets gum or the tablet gum. It's usually spearmint flavor. Let me confirm that with this. And that's what it says right there, spearmint. So I'm going to forego that because I am going to sample some more of this off of camera. Well, this was a review of an Einmannpackung or combat ration individual type 12. It was the freeze-dried lightweight version of the Bundeswehr or German Forces ration. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on my next review. Bye.